Is this thing recording? I think it is. I think it's recording. It's what happens when you stay for so long without publishing a video on the internet. But before you click out, I know you've probably clicked out already. Like, who's this guy with an empty cup of tea and funny hair and glasses? Well, if you've clicked out, you'll never know, right? But anyway, so there are two things that are true about this video. Two things that I know to be true about this particular video you're watching. The first thing is that I have a very specific emotion I want to communicate. There's something deep inside of me that I have been struggling with. I don't really say struggling with. Something that I'm feeling that I want to communicate. I want to express in a way, whether it's writing, video, words. I want to get to a point and make the point about this emotion in this video. That's one. That's the true thing. I want to communicate something. That's very true to me. Now, the second thing is I don't know how I'm going to communicate that. Like, I don't know if I'm going to achieve this goal in communicating this feeling that I have, because it's like, I don't know about you, but when there's sometimes I want to watch a specific movie, I want to get a specific emotion, and I know the song that will make that emotion come up. Like, if I want to get motivated, I know the playlist to go to. If I want to think about when I was in secondary school, I know exactly who I can talk to or which videos I can watch to get to that feeling. So the second thing is, I don't know how I'm going to get there. And that's why I made this video, because that's exactly the conflict I've had for the past month. But there's something good about it. There's something good about it, to be honest. Like, this is not all a mopey video about me complaining about how conflicting my life has been, etc., etc. I mean, we all enjoy some mopey story every so often, but that's not very sustainable now, is it? So I took down some notes because I have a general idea what I want to talk about. But first, I really wanted to make this video for the people who've clicked subscribe on this channel and people who are probably meeting me for the first time, because the internet is, the internet. Just because I don't think it's, I think you deserve to know when the things aren't as good, the same way you deserve to know when they are great. That's if I choose to. It's not like you deserve. Jesus Christ. It's like, I'm not saying you deserve in terms of you've paid something and then now you're owed. You're not owed any explanation. You deserve the explanation in terms of loyalty. I think loyalty is deserved. It's not owed. Somebody is loyal to you when you've proven yourself that you're loyal to them, I guess. And like I said, this video is going to be all over the place. I don't think I said that. I think I said that when I was recording the early versions to match the audio sync from OBS, figure out my recording quality. But here we are. We're making the video. Was I recording? Yes, I'm recording. I thought I was saying all that without recording, but okay. So what has happened? The last video I made on this channel was just before the year ended. It was a dark video with me just like, just go ahead and, I don't remember what I was talking about, but I was saying something that was pretty serious. I was so intense, but then my face was like black. You couldn't see anything because, I was using my phone. I got a new phone. Yay. I was using my phone and I was so excited about waking up in the morning. I wanted to do that. And then something interesting happened. I got COVID. Yeah, I got sick. Got COVID. So basically, I spent the end of the year and the beginning of the new year dealing with COVID. I mean, I'm fine now. I actually even got my flu shot yesterday, so I'm good. And I'm wearing masks now to every place. Like, I'm so freaked out. I'm like, I wear my mask all the time, even in my house by myself. I wear my mask. But that's the first thing. So I got COVID, and I traveled. I think I got it there. I don't know if I got it there or where. I don't know. But I got COVID. And I'm fine now. I survived. And I'm vaccinated. Yes, I'm vaxxed. Which means that I think my symptoms weren't as bad because I was vaccinated. So the whole vax, anti-vax thing, this is not the channel where we'll talk about it. If being vaccinated makes you judge me and you want to unsubscribe, then please don't. But anyway, so essentially I got COVID. And I think I've said that a couple of times. I think maybe it's because the first time I'm trying to catch you up with the important. It was tough. Okay, 100%. It was rough. I felt really terrible. I had these fevers. I was weak. I was tired. I had these headaches. And then even when I started feeling better, I had this weird cough for like a really long time that didn't go away. The cough was just there. I would talk during a meeting at work, and then the cough would just be there, just randomly. So that was weird. But yeah, I had COVID. Let's put that away. Now, let's talk about meetings. The second thing is, I started a new job in October. And I thought that because of the experience that I had previously working in a similar position, I could just, figure it out. But I got into this organization. It's a nonprofit that I actually like. I like the mission. I like the people. The team has been very supportive. And I slowly realized between October and now that a majority of my week, literally Monday to Friday, is spent working and studying, because the platform that I'm using to actually assist this company with what they're doing, this organization, what they're doing, is the same, but slightly different from what I used to work on, because there are newer terms, newer relationships, newer organization, and it's in tech actually. So I've been working in tech now for a couple of years, and I feel like I'm actually doing the kind of work that can allow me to differentiate between my professional life and my creative life. And there's something here about this. There's a whole, I wrote this whole new job thing because there's a thing here. I think when I was saying that this video was going to be all over the place, when I was rehearsing, I was talking about it. I was going to talk about the fact that I feel like there's some areas of my life that are very structured. My professional life, my relationships, and by relationships, I mean like family and friends. Like I'm very clear and concrete about this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is what I'm working towards. Like I have goals, I have plans. Even they're not written down, and some of them are written. If you look behind that, you'll see I have some professional goals and things I want to actually get within a certain period, and things that are happening. So you have on one hand, my professional life is very structured. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what is expected of me. I know what I want to learn. I know where I'm headed. And my creative life, on the other hand, is very disorganized. And there's this imbalance that happened in October where I had found a certain rhythm of, creating and working and doing all the two together. Now I'm doing a lot more work, which is not forced. It's more of, I really want to be useful at this company. I really like the platform that I'm working on, and the opportunity to have so much responsibility now that when I look at YouTube, I'm like, man, I'm tired. Man, that's exhausting. Like, it's not exhausting. Like, it's not really exhausting. Like, oh, this is exhausting. It's more of the fire that I had to create has simmered. I'm actually quite comfortable, which is one of the points that I wrote down, I think. I'm relatively comfortable. I literally wrote that on my notes. I'm relatively comfortable. And that is not a good thing. Like, it's a good thing and it's not a good thing in the sense of, it's not a good thing because what used to drive me before is no longer driving me, and I need to find something else to drive me. It's like, let me say you're broke and you're looking for a job and you get a job. If you don't have something else that inspires you or motivates you to move to the next level, you will stay at that same level. And because technically staying at the same level means that you're going down, somebody's going to replace you, or you're going to become obsolete, or you're not going to keep up with the position and you're going to get fired, or another person who is younger and more qualified is going to take up your position. Essentially, in life, you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. You're not staying in the same place. Nobody is, and everybody dies in the end. But the point I'm trying to make with this whole thing, and I'm speaking fast because I'm getting into my groove, I'm feeling excited about the fact that I'm actually finally making a video, even if I don't know what this video is going to be about. Even if this video is going to be only for the people who, loyal viewers of the channel who have been like, where's Kamga? Oh, finally a video with his head on it. Great, let's hear what he has to say. I'm really making this video for the OGs, the people who are watching this channel, who've seen my story about divorce and moving to America and figuring out life and personal development and all these things. I'm making this video because I feel this weird parasocial connection with the people who I've come to know out of the internet and the people who I have known for a long time who have also watched my videos and we've talked about things. And I have recorded a bunch of videos. That's another thing that I didn't talk about. I've recorded videos on my phone. I've recorded videos on my camera that I haven't edited. I haven't posted. Mostly because of this imbalance between my professional life and my creative life. And this imbalance happened because I am comfortable with where things are right now, professionally speaking, in the structure that I've built. But long term, and this is the reason why I'm making this video and coming back to YouTube in a way, but long term, I know that where I want to be would require me to find a different source of inspiration and motivation, because a lot of things have happened, bro. A lot of things have happened. Very soon it'll be a year since I got divorced. Next month I'll turn 32. And when I think of 32, I'm like 40. It's just been a few years since I made a video about wasting my life at 30 that has over 10,000 views, and the comments still resonate with people because there are people who still feel that way no matter what age they are in. And now I'm like, bro, you're going to be turning 32 next year. 8 years to be 40. What have you done? Like, not what have you done in terms of accomplishments, more like what has changed between the last time you made this video and then now that you're dead? These 2 years of existence. What has changed? What have you done? And I'm asking myself that question to see based on my own version of things. But to have some sort of structure, we've talked about the new job. And by the way, talk about a new job. If anyone is interested in getting to Salesforce, which is what I work I've been working with on and for the past couple of years, then I would really like to not like help, but I'm sure I'll talk more about it in the channel at some point. Just to bring out for anybody who's trying to do a career transition, who's been thinking about getting into something similar to what I'm doing, which by the way, I love my job, man. I like what I'm doing. I've had a great experience. I could make a whole video about how my view of enjoyment and pleasure has changed, where when I say I have a great experience, it doesn't mean it's all positive. It doesn't mean it's all pleasure. A great experience for me, for example, last night at 10 p.m. was me sitting down and learning about this platform called Tableau, this data visualization platform that Salesforce bought a couple of years ago, I think 2019, and just getting excited by the possibilities of being able to visualize data on a screen. Like it's weird. I told my friend when I was watching the video, I get this feeling when I'm watching like a trailer for an anime or a video game that I like, which by the way, I've sort of stopped playing video games too. But I was watching this video about Tableau and I was getting excited. I had this distinct feeling that I could connect to the feeling that I got when I watched Mugen Train. If you don't know Mugen Train, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, the trailer, before the movie came out, I had this feeling. And even now, and I'm watching the anime, sort of. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that for the past couple of months, my priorities have shifted in a way that I never thought was possible. Like where I saw myself a couple of years ago, just literally May of last year when I got monetized on YouTube, the way I was looking at YouTube, my goals for YouTube, what I was trying to work at, so much transformation has happened inside to the point where the things that used to excite me, that used to motivate me, the burning desire to prove people wrong, to assert myself, to basically, give the middle finger to people who thought that I was going to fail because a bunch of things happened. And if you're an OG on the channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll get a courage to actually talk it about face to face, but not today. Not today. But yeah. Which brings us to my fourth, I don't even know what point is this. Social media distance/distrust. I am afraid of the internet. On the other hand, I'm using the internet to express myself and connect with people, which is the whole dissonance and discordance of existence, I guess. But I'm afraid of the internet in terms of what the internet can do to the human mind and affect your life in such a dramatic way. If you've watched Social Dilemma, the documentary, there are aspects of it that probably propaganda, but there are many aspects that get you to think like, do you really want your children to be around this machine that literally changes the way they see the world, changes the way they are motivated, changes their brain chemistry, changes their desire to impact the world in a positive way? And to be honest, I've become very much afraid of the internet. I've done my best to control my own usage, to catch myself in those moments where I'm bored and the first thing I want to do is take up my phone and look at Instagram or TikTok, especially TikTok. TikTok is terrible, by the way. And I don't mean terrible because it's all terrible. It's more like knives are terrible, but you can use a knife to make butter. Get my point. Like, yo, if you're going to judge me for something I say a clip, then that's great. You shouldn't even be watching this video. But if you're going to have a conversation about it, I'm always open to conversations. What I'm trying to make is that I've reached a point where I no longer see social media with innocent eyes of, oh, this is so great. You have opportunity to build a business. You can create an audience and make money and live your passion. Like, yes, that is true. And this same internet, and with the rise of the metaverse and with the scrollability of TikTok, where you have these reward systems that create this feeling of fulfillment because you're watching these funny videos every day, you feel like you're doing something productive, but you're not. You go back home after a hard day's job and you're not making as much money as you know that you could make, and you're tired and exhausted, and instead of taking 1 hour to write an article, to make a video, and I'm talking to myself, instead of taking 1 hour to work, okay, you know what, I'm not where I would like to be, but today I can at least do this small thing that moves me in that direction, that I can feel proud about. You take your phone and you scroll. And that's the end of the day. And that's the end of the week. And that's the end of the month. And before you blink, it's 2023. New Year's resolution. Yay! I will not watch social media. 2 weeks later. Wow, this TikTok is really funny. Maybe I should start a TikTok. The point I'm trying to make is that I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm actually very much afraid of the internet. I'm very wary of the things that it can do, which maybe is not a good way to look at it. I'll probably have to revise my thoughts on this eventually. But I don't think we should just ignore the power that large-scale manipulation in terms of covert information and communication can do. maybe I sound like a conspiracy theorist at this point, but I really think there's something there about the way the internet has changed the way we think, the way we relate to each other. We think about relationships, money, motivation, the image that people have about people. For example, before and after pictures, transformation pictures. There's this false narrative that all you need to do is to work really, really hard, pray, eat right, exercise. Like, you do all these simple things and then you're fine. Like, I was a thin kid who couldn't carry, 2 bags of cement. Now I'm this buff guy who can get all the girls. And you put the 2 pictures together and people look at you, yeah, I can do that. But in between, we don't have that journey. And what I've been doing for the past couple of months is really thinking about the fact that whenever I try to watch somebody's video now on the internet, people that I still use the internet, I'm not about to stop anytime soon. But I try to remind myself that this person who is so articulate, this person who has built a powerful business, who is looking so attractive because they're confident, because they can speak articulately, this person wasn't born like this. They work for this. They had to put in the work, put in the hours to persevere and to continue to pursue this journey. They probably failed along the way. They probably had many, failures. I try to actively remind myself of that because when I look at my channel and I look at the things that I'm working on, I look at my own journey in my career, I can see where I failed. And I hear this thing. Actually, yesterday, I was talking with a student because now I teach, by the way. I teach Salesforce. I was talking with a student who is preparing for interviews and I was trying to help this person understand that it's not so much about the technical aspect of things. Like, you already know this thing. You've studied. I know that you know. And you have this voice. I was trying to tell her, you have this voice that exudes confidence. You have to just own it. And I think I failed to communicate exactly that when I told her about it. I was like, yeah, I was just speaking too much. I was doing all these things. Essentially, my point I was trying to make was that we don't see, and I was bringing that story because she was saying, oh, you sound like you know what you're talking about. You sound so intelligent. I'm like, yo, listen. I've been working at this for 30 plus years. All right. I was born a long time ago, relatively, and I've been speaking every day. All right. So this is not just talent or God's blessings. I mean, it is God's blessings to bless the work. But don't undermine your gifts because you couldn't take the time to actually allow them to bloom. I'm thinking of Shanti Bloom right now. But anyway, I've belabored that particular point about social media because I think it's something to be expanding upon. So because I've become this wary guy about the internet, even responding to my comments has become a pain because whenever I open my comments, I don't say I get anxiety. It's more like I get this feeling, especially when the comments are not very good. I have one video specifically that has all these hateful comments because, all kinds of things, including some racist comments, including some things that are not very comfortable. And so whenever I see, okay, 9 notification, I'm like, okay, would I get one of those comments today? Would I get one of those comments that will just mess up my day and I'll make me think about the fact that maybe I should delete the video, maybe I should take it down. But then I'll ask myself, okay, you're going to take out all the videos I don't like, then why are people going to watch any of your videos? Anyway, point I'm trying to make is that social media has made me rethink what I think is important to me, how I want to proceed with the internet. And so I find it a lot more difficult to spend more time online doing things that are not productive, which includes sometimes answering comments on YouTube or just watching comments. So I have a bag of comments, and it's not because I don't feel connected to the people. It's more like I don't like that feeling. And it's something that I'm working on. Now, I think I've said pretty much everything, to be honest. I think this video is actually longer than it was supposed to be. And I may not edit this because I've done this thing where I've recorded videos and I've not edited it. And so, yeah, I'm back. In a way, I don't know when I post my next video. I can't promise you when it's going to be. But I had some announcements to make actually. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So one of the things that was going to be happening in the channel, which actually bothered me a lot and stopped me from actually creating the kind of videos I wanted to create, is that I had to struggle between creating all this multitude of content on the channel, especially if you've been on a while. You've seen reaction channels took off on the channel. People like the videos. Reaction videos took off. People enjoy the videos. I see have comments from videos from my reaction to Nigerian content. And for a while there, I thought I could handle both on this channel. I really thought I could. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to make 2 reaction videos a week, 1 book review. I would elaborate this big plan and then it wouldn't work. And then I would reduce it. I said, oh, give me just make 1 video a week. I'm like, okay, which video do I make now? Do I do 1 reaction video this week, 1 next week? And I see other channels that are doing reaction video. I'm like, but these guys are producing content every single day. So I was comparing, contrasting, arguing on myself, figuring out the best way to do it. And I finally came to the conclusion that I cannot do reaction videos on this channel anymore. I know there's a bunch of people who subscribe to this channel because of reaction videos. that are going to probably think of unsubscribing. And I really hope you don't. And here's why. Let me make my case, all right? Let me make my case. First, I'm creating a new channel. The link will be in the description. I haven't launched that channel yet. I think I have. If you're watching this video, I probably have. So the channel, I have 2 videos that I've recorded, but it's going to be a reaction channel. Like, it's really going to be one of those channels where when you come to that channel, you get what you expected. You get reactions. Now, the twist here is that it's not just going to be reactions to African content. It's going to be reactions to the things that I really want to react to. Because that's the thing about creating on the internet. If you do only for the other people, there's this feeling that you're selling out because you're only doing things that, make AdSense and make money, etc. But if you do only your thing, then who cares? Like, it's not just about you. You'll be selfish. Nobody cares about you the way you care about yourself. And it's okay. Everybody cares about themselves. So this reaction channel is actually called Kamga Reacts. And it's all about reactions. So I cannot take away the content that is already existing on this channel and move to that channel. Because you cannot put 2 videos on this, even if you're the owner of the videos, you cannot create 2 channels on YouTube that have the same content. That's what I'm trying to say. So, new channel. Second thing is, this channel is going to be a place where I cannot assure you exactly when I'm going to post a video, but I can assure you 2 things. One, there's going to be a lot more content about building careers, especially when it comes to building careers in technology, especially Salesforce. Because I think there are many people who are living lives that could be so much different if they knew about the other opportunities that they had. And when I say Salesforce, because I work as a Salesforce admin, so I can talk about that. But I know people who are database administrators. I know people who are cybersecurity specialists. I know people who are Tableau specialists, data scientists. Like, I know these people who are in these fields that pay really well, relatively well compared to other fields, and have, work-life balance in a way that they want. And I want to talk more about that, about adjusting to America as an immigrant when it comes to careers. And also the second topic is relationships, because I got a divorce last year. It was finalized in May of 2021. And I've made a video on this channel where I talked about it for a long, how many hours long. But I don't think, actually, something happened. I was speaking to a friend and I told him, I don't think I want to make videos about relationships anymore because my marriage failed. Clearly, I'm not qualified. And he said the same thing that almost everybody that I've talked to about this same person said, which is that actually, no, what he said was something different. He said, well, if you stop making videos now, it means that you're pretending before. It means that you didn't even know what you're talking about, because if anything, now you know what doesn't work. And so I've said something similar to some work friends, and it's like, well, actually, because you failed, you stand as someone who can tell people what to not do. So relationship videos are going to be back. I don't know when, how, what format they're going to take, but there's going to be a lot of 5 reasons why your marriage is going to fail. 5 things men want in women. Stuff like that. But anyway, that's the second thing. So the first thing, new channel. Second thing, there'll be careers and, relationships, and of course, personal development. That one's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So yeah. Now, the final thing is that I'm starting a new podcast. Well, not really starting a new podcast. It's more like the Love and Creative podcast, which is what has been my podcast. You see some videos here, has been inconsistent, but has been a way for me to track my love for audio and storytelling and interviewing people. And a couple of days ago, I recorded an interview for my new podcast, with a friend, Brian. And we talked about parenting, cryptocurrency, crypto, religion, just a bunch of things. And that fire came back where I really want to talk to people about stuff that I care about, which usually is about their lives and people that I find interesting. And I do have a knack for asking questions. Like, I'm not just saying this to my own. When I hone in and I focus and I'm able to focus on one thing, it gets done really well. And what I realized in that interview was that I need to reach out to people that I find interesting. They don't have to be famous people. They don't have to be huge, like just people that I like. And it just so happens that a lot of the people that I consider friends and people that I've met thanks to this channel and the internet are people that I know have amazing stories that I would like to find out more about. So that's the third announcement. The Kamga Chapter podcast is coming back. Actually, the Love and Creative podcast is dead. Long live the Kamga Chapter podcast. Those things are a mouthful. But it's going to continue the same place where the Love and Creative podcast was. So if you're subscribed to it on Apple Podcasts, it's not going to change. But that is going to have its channel. So this is a project for like next couple of months. Just thought I'll drop it here to let you know that that's what's going on. But final thing that I'll say is that don't expect consistency now. I know it's a cop out and it's something that I really want to be able to change very soon, but don't expect, videos every Thursday or every week. Because like I said in the beginning, my professional life has taken a whole toll. Not even a toll, like it's taken a big chunk of my life because I'm able to work on things that I can see how they affect real people. Like this organization is actually doing some pretty dang good job helping kids. And I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I think to be a part of that is awesome. And I also have teaching on the side. I'm helping other people get into the field. And then what else? My relationships. Yeah, I've come to a place where friendship has become. Actually reading on friendship. I decided to find some books on friendship. I've started thinking about like, who are my friends? What does it mean to be someone's friend? What is the formula? It's actually the friendship formula is a book that I'm reading. What is this? Like, why is this thing so important to me? And I have a couple of friends that I talk to nearly every day. And I'm having a great time. Like, I'm actually good in my life. Like, I really think that when you find the things that are important to you, a lot of things are just useless. It's like, let me say you have your sibling, your brother that you really like, you really enjoy. Now, imagine now that you're walking on the street and then somebody pours water on you and you're feeling all this dirt and everything. Okay, this is a terrible story, but let me just go with it. You're like all dirty and everything. Your brother's like, forget, hold my hand, let's go. And you're like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm with this guy that I really like, and this clothes are dirty, people are laughing at me, but who cares? I think who cares can be a huge, it's like a middle finger to people who don't understand your values. Who cares? And you carry on. And to conclude this video, having a couple of things in your life where you can comfortably say who cares and move on with your life is very good for your health. You cannot care about everything. You cannot care about everything. You I have to say that a third time. You cannot care about everything. There are some things that are more important than others. There are some people that are more important for you to maintain a relationship with. There are some things in your life that carry weight. You cannot care about everything. And for the past couple of months, YouTube was not that important for me. That is just a fact. What was important for me was my professional career, my relationships, my health. And I'm still taking care of that and I'll continue to take care of that until further notice. But I'm here because the longevity of the relationships, the possibility of income, the ability to impact people with my story is slowly and consciously becoming as equally important. And YouTube is a vehicle to get that to happen. So I appreciate you for staying here, for watching this video to the end if you have. If you clicked out, well, if you haven't clicked out, all right, let's do this. If you haven't clicked out, tell me, what am I going to say? I don't even know what I'm going to say. If you haven't clicked out, just let me know what you liked about this video. So just start what I liked, put semicolon and write it. You can put in the middle of your comment, you can put in the end of your comment, you can be the only comment. Just tell me what you liked, what I liked. You put it there. All right. And if you don't like anything about this video, then tell me what you like about me or about the channel. Just make me feel good. Give me some dopamine, something. I'm sure I'm misusing that hormone, but this video is longer than it should be. But I'm happy it got out there because now I can comfortably start putting out the pieces of the new channel, the new podcast and everything, and just coming back. So, yeah. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, leave a comment. I'll probably read it. I may not respond because I'm scared. But I'll definitely read it. And I am looking forward to some stuff. I have some topics that I want to talk about, parenting, relationships, money, personal development. I have like some really serious stuff I want to talk about. And now that I'm comfortable knowing that I've taken off the reaction videos to a new channel, which, by the way, if you like the reactions and you want to support me on this channel, go ahead and, I'm going to put the link in the description. Subscribe to the channel. It's brand new. Hopefully I'll get that working and rolling and, its own thing as just reaction videos. And I can stay here and be the serious Kamga who is super serious. I'm a really serious guy. And I think I've taken a while to accept that. But I'm just making this video longer than it used to be. I think I'm just getting excited now. So, stay alive and grateful. Remember, while there's life, there's hope. Do your best and let God take care of the rest. And I'll see you in the next one.